set the post up. The rest of Team 9 needs to rappel over towards them. Alpha 7, though, looking over towards Vampire. Tony K already down, now flushed out. Carrillo takes an absolute whopper to the face there.
Ooh, and Lazarus is nasty. Vampire now playing on us too. Both players from Alpha 7 not getting fully knocked there allows them to go for those heals, get those health bars nice and reset. They're looking healthy into this fight. Lazarus nowhere near getting res up here as well, and they're crashing straight on forward. Blank, they want to close this one out, but maybe they've been a lot more than they can chew. Grizao getting a little bit crazy with it, and maybe not the optimal moment to do so. Oh dear, that's not what you want to see. Alpha 7 losing one.
I mean, it looked kind of sick, you know. He stopped up short and then got out the vehicle and let the momentum propel him over the top of Red Bull. Sadly, didn't quite pan out the way he'd like, but I think for Alpha 7, that really does hurt them. And I think that if I was Carrillo, I'd be pretty upset with Guizao right there. You just dropped your team down to 3 for no reason.
Ooh, Carrillo though finds another knock, looks for the last. It's Lazarus to try and rise above. One spray, one nade connects. The shotgun around the edge, just not quite enough firepower there. Revo does go down, but they can look for this res again. The blue zone's moving in, but they've got a little bit more time to play with.
Yeah, super interesting ending here with Kara able to get over towards little hilltop. You've also got Alter Ego on the northeast side in the compound, Ulf down towards the southwest, who are both fairly safe inside of this. So likely we're going to get towards an end game here with 4 teams at 4 players, which is frightening for some other squads. Xing is just getting lit up by Marcel here. This is the revenge for the shots that were taken earlier.
That is nasty news for Thunder Talk. They were trying to keep themselves under control on the south side, but their move forward has been treacherous. Those emergency cover flares not quite giving them enough cover. They need a little bit more. And AJ now the last to stand, only the one Elim over towards Alpha 7, takes a little volley of fire, but can't really afford to stay out there too long. Alpha 7 trying to move in as well. They are right on the rim of this circle, Blank, and they are just trying to skirt around the edges, try to find any sort of cover that they can. It's really sparse, but that's going to make it a little bit easier. Thunder Talk, though, out in the meantime.
Alter Ego able to find those shots. I'd like to see a step up from Alter Ego today, and already at 9 elims, it's been a fantastic game for them so far. Yesterday, I still think there was a bit of overconfidence coming through, which is crazy, considering Alter Ego has multiple times over the course of PMGC got a little overconfident on their splits, and were punished because of it. Rosemary, though, doing it again.
It's going pretty well, though. Managed to get that 10th elim. Kara holding their nerve as Arena trying to leave the angle. They're harried by Rosemary, slammed straight into the Kara hold, and it is not going well. Sakura trying to find a little slice of this circle under the tree, trying to hide beneath the shade here, but it is a little bit of a nerve-wracking spot. Nobody has to move just yet. We're waiting for the next circle, coming through in 5 seconds.
Yeah, I think that when I look at Alter Ego, I think they're a team that loves to take these risks, right? And I think they also understand they're a team that can capitalize and profit off those risks quite a lot. They're not a team that takes a risk and gets 1 or 2 elims. Typically when that happens, they have these big, big games. So far, this is one of those games with 10 elims in the pocket at the moment. Pretty heavy on the jeans there, but let's see if they can start to break the seams with a couple more elims off the back of this end game.
There are threads that can be picked at in Alter Ego's gameplay. Let's hope they don't unravel here on the approach, because they do need to move. Krypton, though, with a beautiful opener on the nade. Marceau already very low. Layers it on with a second to land as well. More damage being dealt. Lewis is now very low, and Krypton looking to get the healing in. Alva has now been allowed to get up and close. Doesn't have any nades. Neither does Krypton, so they can't put them back on into the mix against Kara. But another step up, and goes for the spray down, connects with Marceau. CEO now trying to challenge. The off angles from E-Arena could come. No! Goes straight on over the top, trying to suplex them there, and Alva has to follow it up. It's going well, though. Has to back off the HP low. Alpha 7 chiming in. Krypton with the last chance, and Rosemary says go, but it is not the right time.
Man, I think that Krypton had set that up so well as he walked further and further forward, past where the nades were going over the top of him, stutter stepping his way into a better spot, and then Rosemary just sends it. And again, there is a world there where Rosemary flattens both the players, and it's incredible. But this is what we're working with Alter Ego, is just these parallel worlds where in certain situations, yes, that goes well, but there was a more consistent approach there, and I don't think we had to go for the Doctor Strange approach, honestly.
I mean, it felt like they were really low on utility there. They didn't have the nades really to back up that position anymore.
They had mollies. They had mollies, and that was the perfect spot to start mollying, and then you could have isolated position.
They had that opportunity. It was thrown to the wayside, but 10 elims on the match blank. It's still a good result. They'll still be able to earn points off it, but it could have been bigger. It could have been phenomenal, actually. Getting 10 at this point already. Going further, one can only imagine what they would have found. But it is not to be. Instead, we will turn our eye to the rest of the lobby. Right now on the roadside, you've got Rectum Kaya, DXavier with 3, doing pretty well on their position as well. They don't have any elims just yet, but that's just their MO. That's their modus operandi.
We'll see what DXavier is able to do with the rest of this game. It was a tough start for him, though. So this wasn't just a gifted position on the map, and I think they realized potentially they're underlooted, right? They had to come out from the blue. They got the recall beacon in. So I'd love to see how much they've got on board. Finally, the angle is checked. Tony K put into a 1v4 all of a sudden.
Oh, but he gets the first. Doesn't get the second, though. Kara have been a major profiteer of this circle. A nice knock threaded through there, again from Alpha 7, who have managed to keep themselves going with 2 players. Kind of impressive, if you ask me, on that side. Very raggedy in terms of their positioning, in terms of their approaches, but it's cleaned itself up a little bit. They are now together, but the next circle comes on through. Is it going to help them, or is it going to take them away? No, well, you know who it is going to help, though. It's Rondo, and DXavier are on the map, so, of course, just put them in. Why not?
DX saved by the zone. That's how it goes down.
Oh, dear. I don't know if you guys heard that through my mic, but there's an MG3 in play. Maxman, very, very excited.
It is my boy Killer Joe.
Hey, he's got ammo.
Well, it's not a lot for an MG3 at least. But it'll keep him going for the end game potentially. Mad Bulls making their way up on their western side. Both teams had to remove themselves from fairly consistent positions on the map. Mad Bulls has been through it this game. Although only on a few elims, they have been in quite a few separate fights where they've decided to disengage and get further into this one.
Nades trying to make space there.
That's a good setup, actually.
This is a really solid place for DXavier right now. I mean, there's really not too many teams to worry about. Ulf, maybe a bit of a threat here. Alpha 7, though, going to help them on the buff, being the major worry for DXavier. But even then, they've got crossfires on the approach. Goat team trying to make their way on up to join Mad Bulls on that ridgeline. Already an excavated divot there for them to line up on towards. They can play it low down, but those divots funnel nades towards you, and an immediate double, followed up by the roll-in. Lemon is big with it and gets that flush. Flip does go down. Killer Joe is still in action, and remember, he's got the MG3.
Honestly, it used to be the Panther who was the paragon of grenades in the game, but for my money is on Lemon these days as that player. I think the nades from Lemon have always been incredible, backed up by the rest of his team. Ooh. Sadly, though, there is some nasty nades going through from Solus at distance, which do cut them down to size.
Ooh, and actually, Killer Joe's still going, but he just trade 1 for 1, and the knock can potentially be rezzed by Regnum Kaya here. That is on their double position. They're playing 2 and 1 right now, so could get rezzed depending on how fast teams roll up, because it is time to roll out. Ulf moving in, wanting to put too much pressure on, though. They're going to fold back south and see what they can get done down there.
Kara in a horrendous spot. And that just makes life so much harder on that shift on the circle over towards the western side. As soon as Kara had to leave here, they were going to get shredded. Question is by who? DXavier could pick themselves up some nice points, but it has been Alpha 7 who has been sort of the all-seeing eye inside of this lobby so far, being able to pick up points here and there. And even if they haven't been picking up points, they have been causing problems.
They have really been an issue in the fights that they've been engaged with in their spots. Kara, 11 elims though, Blank. This is a good result if you're at the bottom of the tables, but their next move really will be a big test. Marso, I think it's 6 of those elims. Lemon landing the shots over towards Silas. That is the solo angle for Regnum Kaya. So unlikely to get res there. I don't think Loxy or Wild's going to want to break out, but if they can get the nades on, maybe they try and confirm for Silas. Spray down for Wild. Connects onto Lemon. Immediately go for the flush. And actually Tuka's down as well. Off angles chiming on in. Maybe Silas is looking more and more resable, but the health bar just not agreeing with me.
I don't think they go across towards Silas. He was trying to be the early alarm system for the team, which is totally fair. He goes down, but he does provide that alarm, right? It does blare. This is what I was talking about Kara. It was a matter of time for them. They were never in the first place. I like the wrap they went for on the north side. It was one of the few options left. I think some teams won't even think about doing that. And DXavier is able to find Alpha 7 as they attempt to crawl up.
I mean, this is nuts that this has happened again. Ulf actually get one of those points over towards Alpha 7. I think DXavier may be on 1 elim right now, Blank.
It could
be the minimalistic approach to a rondo that we saw from them yesterday.